Welcome back, Panther fans. I'm here with Ryan Graham,
Hey, y'all.
Tim Thurber,
Hello.
and this is State of Atlanta.
Oh, is that a tall boy?
Ryan, I'm rocking the
What are you drinking?
PBR, man. Look at that.
Tall boy PBR. All right.
Did someone beat
It's
you? Did you do something wrong?
Oh,
I did do something wrong. I did something very, very wrong. I
Bought
walked out of a
PBR?
bar with an unopened beer that was given to me for free.
Oh, well, that's
that's
okay.
weird. That's a weird
That's okay.
circumstance to be in.
Yeah, no, I went up to Taco Mac on Sunday to pick up wings for the big game, and they were like just obviously swarmed. I went to the Virginia Highlands location, and I had two big beer myself while I was sitting there waiting. And the guy that got there 10 minutes after me got his food before me, roughly the same kind of order. So the bar manager just kind of like walks by and like hands me an unopened PBR. He's like, "You want one?" I'm like, "Okay."
Yes.
So I mean, I already finished two beer. I knew my food was coming closely or pretty soon. So I was just like, "Cool." I just pocketed it, and so I figured I'd save it to drink with you, Ryan.
Thanks.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Let's see if I can get through it. So I can get back to my Miller Lights.
I like the customer service, man. He realized they
And
were
vodka.
sucking, right? And he's like, "Here, free beer."
Exactly. So anyhow, so I mean, guys, we talked about Super Bowl. What do you guys think? You had a good time? Did you watch it? Pay attention? Care? Don't care?
To the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a great game.
But that was good.
Second half was definitely great.
First half was kind of.
Well, you know me.
Yeah,
defense.
I've actually used you in my comments about the game to other people this week, Ryan. Like, I got one buddy of mine. He wants games to end 3-0 or 2-0 if he can. He likes the.
I want, but it's just not a bad game when it happens. You know,
Yeah,
I'm into it.
You say you enjoy defensive struggles, but it can also just be crappy offense.
Yeah, well,
3-0 game can be
chances
crappy
are
offense.
in the Super Bowl, that's not the problem.
Right. Which is true. That is true.
I mean, we watched a lot of crappy offense. Actually, we watched a lot of decent offense, but a lot of crappy too.
I saw this tweet. I think it was from D1 Sports or some Twitter account, some X account, and they said it was a big night for Georgia college football because there's like I guess two guys from UGA on there. The kicker,
McCole Hardman was the game-winning catch. So.
Right, the guy that the kicker was from Georgia Tech who set the record for whatever.
Wait, which time? Because two kickers set records during the game.
Exactly.
That was the most insane part of the Super Bowl. Like,
I think it's Kansas City's kicker. I could be wrong. I don't know. But then,
did the 49ers kicker actually break the record since the game was still on? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the Kansas City
they
kicker
mentioned
beat him. Right?
Mentioned Georgia. They mentioned Georgia Tech. They mentioned a trash down south, and then
I didn't hear that.
Georgia State's alum Ludacris performs at halftime. Like, so it was on-field performance that got us there. It just wasn't hidden pads and
on-field entertainment performance. Yeah, we're great.
TDS had what is it, McKinnon? Right? Was he on one of the teams?
Or Jennings or something like that?
Oh, never mind. Their quarterback gone running back that went to the Vikings for a little while. I know he's still playing, but
McKinnon.
I saw his name recently.
He's on Kansas City.
Is it McKinnon? It is McKinnon. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
I try to forget everything.
Scrub all this kind of.
He was a quarterback for them, and obviously back then they weren't recruiting good quarterbacks. They were recruiting running backs at quarterback. So
yeah, if you were a quarterback at Trash Down South and you got into the NFL, you were not playing quarterback.
Well, that was their bread and butter when they were doing triple option was like get the athlete, or get the quarterback that is getting recruited as an athlete for like corner or something.
Right. Yeah, we're talking about them too much. Anyhow.
Okay.
We're not being
why are we a state of Southern? What is this? What are we doing?
No. The Ludacris. So I don't know. I know Usher. This was the Super Bowl show we were supposed to have when the Super Bowl was in Atlanta.
And they're like, no, you can't have the best show ever. You have Maroon 5.
Well, that's what they said. They said, well, we don't base the acts based off of like regionality. And I'm like, you got? Oh, did I do that? Oops.
I did that. I think the cat did that.
Okay. Yeah. Oops. So they said we don't base the acts based off of regionality. So we're just gonna go with who the biggest act is at the time. I'm like, all right, no, Maroon 5 was that big and 2018 or whatever it was.
Right.
But then they go to when they have the LA, they have like Dre out there doing everything. I'm like, I feel like he grew up really close to where the stadium is.
It was fully LA themed. I mean,
I mean, they had Eminem and 50 Cent, who I don't think is from LA,
no,
but
they're
still,
like
they had
New
Dre.
York and Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit. But I was like, but yeah. So we got the Atlanta Super Bowl show in Vegas, which I guess is fine. And Ludacris was rocking some blue, some Georgia State blue.
He was in the
Him
blue.
and Usher both were wearing some blue during that part of the performance.
I don't think it was very good.
I liked it.
So I was going to say, before I got onto that part of it, what I was going to say is like, so watching that with my wife, who is like 9 years younger than me, she was enthralled. This was her jam. This is what she grew up listening to. And, I definitely know some Usher songs and enjoy some Usher songs. I had like the first one and the last two and everything in between. I was like, I got no idea what's going on.
The thing is I think you probably do know most of those songs, but it was mixed really poorly. Like it was just like they were just like speeding through songs, so you'd only get like a couple seconds of each one, and I mean that's one of the things I didn't like about it was just like I don't really know what's going on here. I can barely recognize that this is an Usher song.
Kind of like too much of a mishmash, and they're trying to jump way too fast and not focusing on like one song. Yeah,
or just a few. I mean, it did seem quick too, for sure.
It felt fast.
Yeah,
I'll say that. Like,
do you think that roller skate sales are going to skyrocket now?
I had watched this piece about Usher and his like residency in Las Vegas, and I guess he roller skates a shit ton. And then I was like, I wonder if he's going to roller skate in the Super Bowl just to like tie in his show. And of course, there it is.
That part was cool. I liked that part.
Did you see the dancer that fell off the stage?
No, but I was sort of rooting on Usher to eat it.
So I didn't catch it at the time, but I saw some posts later on. People were like, has anybody checked on this girl? Is she still fine? Well, just turns out this morning I get up, I'm all teary-eyed, whatever, first thing in the morning. I go to do the morning poop and I pull up my TikToks. The very first one was this girl with just this black eye, and she's like, I'm the girl that fell off the Usher stage at the Super Bowl.
I thought you were going to say you fell off the pole.
No, so she lives in LA, and she's this actress, dancer, whatever, and so she just checks yes to everything on the little checklist of what things you can do. And apparently, at some point, she had checked yes to advanced roller skating, and she doesn't know how to roller skate. So she was up all night. She didn't get the call until like the day before the Super Bowl. She was an alternate, and she spent the entire night in her parking lot on roller skates, just trying to figure out. So she thought she'd be pretty good, and then she said the black eye came when she fell on someone's like camera phone holder extension type thing.
Oh, I don't understand how you call somebody the night before on that. Like that's all choreographed.
Someone like a call out or something. Like that's crazy.
Yeah. Got COVID. Someone got COVID. So.
Yeah, that thing. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently that's still around. So
at the Super Bowl party we were at, I was like, we did Super Bowl square, so someone had 0-0. I was like, there is no way it'll be 0-0 at the end of the first. It's like shit.
Oh, just the last two digits, right? Because 10-10 would still be 0-0. Yeah. No, that was a
Even
Ryan first half of the game.
Again. It was like it was crazy.
Yeah. That was a Ryan first half of the game. I enjoyed it though. I liked it. I think I may have worn out all my luck now. I was actually rooting for the Chiefs, and teams I root for never win. So that means the Falcons will just not win.
What was nice, it was hard fought. Both sides put forth a lot of effort. And it was a fun game.
It's all staged.
Competitive.
It's all staged.
And Kyle Shanahan lost, which
right. You saw Biden's tweet afterwards, right? Just how they drew it up.
Yeah, according to plan. Yeah, no. There's only been 2 Super Bowls with overtimes ever. Both of those have been at the loss due to Kyle Shanahan. So apparently he doesn't know overtime rules in the Super Bowl.
Didn't he lose now 3 Super Bowls? Right, 2 for San Francisco,
he's lost 3
1
Super
for
Bowls.
Atlanta.
That
serves him right.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you get for not running the damn ball, Kyle.
Just once, probably. Anyway,
I'm gonna go see that stadium this year. Falcons at Raiders.
Nice.
I'll be there for that game. Yes.
That'll be awesome.
Waiting for that schedule to come out. Find out when I'm going. All right.
Probably before the Sunbelt schedule releases.
No, Sunbelt will come out due out by March 1st, which means you guys may have to cover that by yourselves. You guys ready to cover an entire schedule release on your own?
Analyze the shit out of that schedule.
Let's just cover something else altogether.
I'm gonna spreadsheet it, David, in honor of you.
Lord. I want to see it. I'm gonna be. I'll be getting off that boat, and first thing I'm gonna do is look up that episode and see what you guys say about the schedule. I will check the
We're
schedule
gonna get
while
some
I'm on there.
graphics. Get some graphics up there. The schedule. I don't know how.
I'm just gonna
maybe
be
I'll
off camera. Tim's just gonna talk.
Ryan's gonna be like, nope, no graphics. We're not showing the schedule. Sorry.
You'll see Ryan on his couch over there is playing video games the entire time.
You got it, Tim.
Let me know when you're done. We can talk about the end of the basketball schedule.
Speaking
Yeah,
of
so
hoops.
basketball. After a 6-game losing streak, we headed down to Lafayette, which was, I think they were ranked 3rd in the conference at the time. I think we were 6.5-point dogs in the game and came out. Well, so I missed the first part of the game. When I came out to watch it, we were down like 14-5, 14-4, or something like that. I'm like, oh, this is kind of what I expected. And then, man, that ended up being a good game. We outscored them by 18 points in the second half to win. Bob Marlin loses. Always a good time.
Mm-hmm.
There's some look on
I
his
didn't actually
face.
watch it, but I assume we destroyed them based on the score. So
I don't think we destroyed him. We were down at the half, right, David?
yeah, and we went to overtime too. So
we were down 9 at the half, and then it came back. But yeah, we outscored them 18 points in the second half to win. It was a good game. Bob Marlin loses. He was throwing a fit. It was great. I found out the Appy State fans started calling him Nemo because Marlin is the dad's name in the Finding Nemo movie, and he doesn't like that. Not that I really want to endorse anything that Appy State fans do, but it's good to know that another team is giving him crap. I still stick.
Well, if he doesn't like it, that's when it sticks.
Right. Well, I'm still sticking with, hey, Bob Marlin, you still suck.
I mean, would you consider a rivalry game and then just throw stats out the window? Like, it doesn't matter. There's just that much hatred.
Obviously, for us, I think that for the Georgia State faithful have been following it since the Hunter era. This is definitely a rivalry game. Now, if that makes it down to the court with the players, I don't know. I think Bob Marlin sees it as a rivalry game, even though he's now on his 3rd Georgia State coach he's been playing. So I think Bob sees it that way. But I don't know if it's made it to the player. I guess we need to talk to some basketball players and see what they're feeling. But we've had to complete two brand new basketball teams of the past 2 seasons, so not a chance to really kind of build up a rivalry in that level,
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get a chance to watch this one, but I know previous years, even with Lanier, it was always a chippy game, like a high contentious game between the 2 teams. So, I think
the fans make it that way. I mean, they still get a decent crowd out there, and I think that the team is fueled by the fan cheering and all that kind of stuff. So I think once the players start seeing that the fans really kind of getting into it, that kind of fuels them a little bit.
I was looking for some technicals or a flagrant or 2. I don't know, nothing. It was clear.
So throwing some bows in there, right?
Why not?
Yeah.
So I definitely think for basketball, it's a rivalry, like no question at all. It
is a rivalry. I'm just saying I'm not sure if the current cast of players really, especially from Georgia State side, the fact that we've changed out the roster completely over the past 2 years.
Yeah, that's a quick way to lose a rivalry, right? You don't have any older players being like, no, this is the one we want to win.
Yeah, we hate these guys.
TDS is already built in, so
right, it's default, never going to change. Doesn't matter.
Oh, and it helps that we have an Appy State head coach that already hates them. He grew up, he learned to play hating them, he learned to coach hating them. So it just I wonder. Obviously, we were always going to be a rival with them, but I wonder if you get a head coach in that hates another team, does he kind of turn that into a rivalry? Like, I don't know. If Appy's big rival was, I don't know, Troy, okay. Is Coach Elliott coming in here as an Appy State guy? Does he turn Troy into a big rivalry if that had been their big rival? Or
who?
Exactly.
Yeah. I think like if you look at somebody like Steve Spurrier, like when he went to South Carolina, I think South Carolina did turn into a rivalry with Georgia just because Spurrier, he's got all those quips. He's just a loudmouth.
Spurrier didn't eat quips. He could just point to the scorebook and the record book and look at all those wins he had over Georgia.
Yeah, but the quips were funny. So
the quips are, man, like I didn't that was when I didn't start getting into college football until after high school, like when my friends started going to colleges that had football programs. And so I hated Spurrier just because of what he did to Georgia all the time. But then after he retired, and I kept on reading all these stories about him, his quips and everything, I'm like, that dude was hilarious, man. That guy was great.
Yeah. Yeah. Hate to have him on the opposing team, but probably love to have him on your team.
Let's pull him out of retirement and get him up here.
Yeah. Yes, please.
Sure.
Yes. Get him as a head coach. Get Nick Saban as an assistant coach. Get Urban Meyer as an assistant coach. Just get everybody out of do the old man league.
We gotta get Spurrier. We just get them all as what is the assistant that doesn't count towards your staffing, your coaching staff or whatever.
Oh yeah, like the analyst, whatever they call them.
On field analyst or yeah, exactly.
No, we need to get sponsored by the AARP people, whatever, American Association of Retired People. They're gonna be our sponsor. We'll bring in they used to have, the old Raiders. They said were why we made jokes that's where players just into their playing career. Like there was old players go to die. We the Raiders. They picked up everybody at the tail end of their careers. That's what Georgia State needs to be. We just get all the coaches, just make an old boys club, create this whole cigar bar, bourbon bar, speakeasy in the bottom of the park. And just got all these old 70, 80-year-old dudes just drinking bourbon, smoking cigars down there, just coaching players just for shits and giggles, having a good time. I think we're onto something here.
While they're smoking and drinking, same time.
Yeah, exactly. Allow it on the field.
They don't have to be in the club. They just come out in the field and do it.
Have some recliners and walkers out there for them, and no one needs benches.
Motorized.
Yeah, motorized too. Just yeah, this is a good idea, guys.
This very quickly turned in from a wonderful idea to just off the rails. Terrible.
It seems like a Super Bowl commercial.
Kind of what
it's like just you get everybody together. They just that becomes a thing. Is when you retire from head coaching, you just come to Georgia State as an on-field analyst. We don't even have a head coach. It's like
recruiting coordinator. Who needs that? You just tell them you got these guys. If you don't want to play for them, we don't want you anyway.
Round robin, the head coaching and OC duties. Just
yeah, exactly. Yeah, just flip a coin every game.
Who's going to be head coach today?
It's we know Saban needs one more win to. Actually, Saban doesn't need crap for wins. Spurrier needs more win to set this record or these yards or some crap like that. We'll let him coach this game so we can get the win. This is a good idea, guys.
It's not. Also, we can't afford it.
Oh yeah,
that's the thing. These guys have all made their money. This is just for fun.
Yeah, that's what we. Their social outing.
Yeah, we invest.
I'm pretty sure Saban is still out for money. He just took a gig with Game Day, so.
Did he?
So he's got his money. He has all the money he needs.
Gig with Game Day. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I read that. It was just
listen to him every weekend.
Yeah.
I'm not going to believe that Saban still needs money while he's doing Aflac commercials.
Wait. What other reason did he do an Affleck commercial?
I said that the way wrong. I said that the wrong way around. Obviously, Saban needs money if he's doing Affleck commercials.
There you go. There we go. That's
what I've been to say. That was the most confounding thing to me because, especially a person like Saban who's just so quiet, reserved, the Bill Belichick of college football, doesn't want to talk to anybody or do anything, just do his job and go home. And he's doing Aflac commercials. I'm like, are times that rough, or is inflation in Tuscaloosa that bad?
I guess they pay enough, right? Because
who else love money, man?
They have Dion too, right?
I bet he really loves ducks. It's not like he's a great actor. They do it in one cut.
Oh, maybe that was his way of saying he's actually going to take the Oregon job. He's a Duck fan. So he was putting it out there from the very beginning. We all should have figured it out that he was hanging out with Ducks so he could go coach Oregon.
What?
I don't know about that.
He didn't go coach in Oregon.
I mean, I know they have
good,
Nike and they could probably pay whatever he feels like, but there's no way he goes out there.
Nick Saban could call up any college right now that he wants. Anybody, any school.
Georgia
right now
State, call us.
Anyone. He could call up Ohio State right now and say, you know what? I was kidding about retiring. I want to coach Ohio State. They'd be like, all right, cool. We'll fire who the hell they just hired. We're in. We got you.
Would you want him here if he's like,
yes.
You know what? I want to turn this thing around fully.
I've thought about this for a long time. If you win the $1 billion lottery and you say, all right, go up to Georgia State, go to Charlie Cobb and say, I'm willing to pay $25 million a year for you to go get the best head coach in all of college. Well, get a Saban, get him just to see how much could getting a name like that turn around a program. Because obviously recruiting is going to go out the he's going to go crazy because like everyone wants to come play for him. So that immediately you start getting 5 stars.
They'd turn around
and then you're playing in the Sun
more
Belt.
money, right?
Man, Saban comes in here, brings in his recruits, and the Sun Belt would absolutely destroy. Like, it'd be no contest.
Yeah, I mean, recruiting in and of itself would instantly just tick up
immense steps forward, right?
Yeah, because people would just be like, "I want to go play for Saban."
Yeah,
hell, he could even come in as that on-field analyst, whatever you want to call it, and just say that he's associated with the program.
And the next question, a lot more. The next question would be like, "Where's Georgia State?"
Saban, you played us 3 times, man. Come on.
Yeah, but never here.
Yeah. Did you not write that that check? Did you not put the address on the envelope there for us?
Exactly.
You think that money's all? This is a dumb question. They just like wire that money. There's like they don't actually write a check, do they? You think
money's not real? So
money's not real. It's all.
It sounds like an after call topic.
It sounds like Ryan's getting on his getting ready to announce his next campaign over here.
I gotta figure out.
The gummy's kicking in. You know, I mean,
money's not real, man. I gotta figure out how to get which
more podcast you're on.
Not real money.
All right, back to
basketball. We played
back to
game,
basketball.
Right? We won a second game, or do we have any more on Louisiana?
Man, that second game. Oh, well, I don't have anything else to say about Lafayette.
How was the tailgate?
Oh, for Miami
of Ohio.
Saturday,
I don't know. I didn't show up until like 5 minutes into the first half. I had brought the entire. They announced last minute it was me baby crawl race, and nice. So I got to get the family all prepared. So what took us so long is we were actually getting the entire family doctored up into State of Atlanta gear. So Fritz, who's doing the race, the back of his shirt just had big State of Atlanta on it. I wanted that little billboard, everybody looking down on it so you could see State of Atlanta really big. That little asshole, a little MFer, so he's beyond like my other 2 kids. He's 18 months. My other 2 kids were well walking by then. Because I remember Cooper was born in December, and before the end of the following football season, she was walking. Because I have video, like a camera in the house where I'm watching a Georgia State game, and I set her down, and she starts walking, and I'm like, yeah, and I'm watching a Georgia State game.
Well, last year you were complaining because you had basically the baby race landed in this crazy window that was like he's not crawling, and then by next year he'll be walking.
Exactly. So he's been crawling. He's a crawling fiend and everything. And I took him to his 18-month checkup on Friday, and the doctor's like, you know what, he's getting up there. We need to work on this walking thing. If he's not walking in 2 weeks, we're gonna go to physical therapy and like get him walking. And I'm like, this seems excessive, but because he can walk, he knows how to walk. Yeah. He just chooses not to.
It's like, I like the floor better.
Well, and anyone that's had a kid in that like phase of their life. Right. They can move crawling.
That was my thing. This was I was about to, my son was about to enter the record books with the Hunters because Coach Hunter's grandson won the baby crawl race several years ago. I'm like, now Fritz is going to be part of that entire family. They're like whatever big huge board they have downstairs, the baby crawl race me right there. It's me, Coach Hunter's grandson, Fritz Earl Brown. Bam, got it. So I'm pumping myself about this. I know for a fact he's going to win. So we have to, you walk, you're disqualified. Set him down. That dude just stood up on his own. Have never seen him stand up on his own without pulling himself up and just I'm just gonna walk across the court now. I'm like, you little punk.
Did he at least go to Kim? Right to
he did go to Kim. He did drop halfway through and end up crawling the rest of the way. He officially.
But by then he was already disqualified.
He's already disqualified. Yeah. So and he's been walking like crazy ever since then.
You should just petition said like he didn't walk the whole way. So he should win.
You just had to put him in front of a crowd. That's all he was waiting on. He was waiting on an audience.
Did he win?
I no idea where he gets that from at all.
Did he win cheating? No.
I think what it is, like, our living room's pretty small, so there's plenty of couches and tables and things to pull himself up on. And so he's just used to doing that. But you put him in a huge basketball court, center court. He's like, I got nothing else to pull myself up on, so I'm just going to stand up. So, yeah, he would have come in third anyways, but that's because it took. That's because I kept on trying to get him to crawl instead, and he
Wait, he
pop his
cheated
face.
and he still didn't get first?
Ooh.
No. Well, I guess what I was saying was I was trying to pull his legs down underneath him, and his arms weren't strong enough, and he face planted on the court, so I had to fix him from crying. Yeah. So that's on camera of me being father
Man,
of the
that
year.
sounds like a big miss.
You tripping your own kid who doesn't walk and is like
Making him
walking for the
fall
first
on his
time. You trip
face.
him up.
Yeah. It was fantastic.
You're gonna win this race.
Yeah, and then my oldest kid is trying to record though. She's down there with Kim. She's trying to record the whole thing, and we watched the video afterwards, and it's another kid. She's I think what she was doing is she was holding the camera. She wasn't looking at the camera. She was watching her brother and just holding the camera, so it was just not pointed at the right place. So it was a win all the way around. But apparently they played it during the game, like on the ESPN Plus feed, because we got people from our private group chat were messaging us saying that it looked good from their end.
You can rewatch it then and see it, right?
Yeah, I actually meant to do that. I need to go download that.
Yeah,
get that on there.
That'll
so that was fun.
You can tell Fritz you lost him. He lost you the championship.
I know. My only chance of winning something at Georgia State.
Well, you could do a couple things and then have another chance.
I cannot.
Well, you
fire and blanks. Fire and blanks. So
fix that.
But the game was good. The game I think Miami got it within 2 or 3 points a couple times during the game, but you win by 20. It was really never a contest. I don't know what's happened to this team. You could say we played a couple bad teams, but Lafayette was not a bad team.
Yeah,
they're a good team. Miami's horrible. They're not good.
We're the better 11-13 team.
Yeah.
By far.
So I did find it amusing though that both men's and women's got Miami, Ohio. The women were playing up at Miami. So I guess athletically we are two equivalent programs.
You're a true rival. We should adopt them.
No.
Hard pass.
No, thank you.
Pass.
We did shoot really well both games. Like I think it was 45% for Louisiana and almost 50% for Miami, Ohio. So we can keep that up. We'll be in every game. And
the defense was playing out of their minds in both games.
Well, that's because we commented on the last podcast that we just need to play a little bit of defense, just a little bit.
So there we go. So they're listening to us. All right, guys.
They were like, okay, yeah, that's a good idea.
Stop shooting threes as well.
Oof! Don't tell them
when they're not landing.
Threes. They love threes.
If they're landing, let's go for it. But yeah,
those weren't very good either. Game.
No,
but we still shot them.
Wasn't too bad in the Miami game.
100% of the shots you don't take.
So,
oh man, it's a life lesson.
Ryan Graham.
Well, if that's all we shoot, we won't win any games. There was a technical foul. Did it get a little chippy? Did you catch it?
I probably missed. I missed most of this game, even though I was there, because I missed the first 5 minutes just getting there, and then I had to leave 5 minutes into the first quarter to go do the baby race stuff, and then I was hospitality drunk after that, so I missed the rest of that game.
So then, what game was I at?
Exactly. Was I really at a game?
Maybe not.
Yeah. It was good. Oh, met another patron. Was sitting in front of us at the game. It was great.
Nice.
Yeah. Cool. He was like, "Are you David from State of Atlanta?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Hey, Matt Taylor, I think what his name was. Okay. I should have written that down." Yeah. He was like, "Hey," it's like I recognize that voice anywhere. I'm like, "That's a comment."
That's what we're a podcast, so that what makes sense.
Yep. So feeling good. We do have final road trip for the Panthers, and then 4 games at home, of which I'm going to miss all 4 of them. But tough road this week with Jimmy Madison, who's like good,
number 2-ish in the conference.
No, we might be good.
3.
Who knows?
3.
Falling from
Jimmy's dropped down to 3rd. They're behind Troy State and Appy Nation.
Yeah, App and Troy are good this year. Hey, Louisiana's not slouch. I mean, they're 4th, right?
They're 4th. Yeah. I mean, they'd been tied with Jimmy if they had, not screwed the pooch against us. But ESPN gives us a 7.4% chance at winning at Jimmy Madison this weekend. This
clearly
Thursday.
Winning. Clearly.
But they're playing so they still have a shot at winning the regular season. They're going to be playing for it. I would love to be their spoiler. Keep this momentum.
Any
running.
of them, really.
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah,
it's great to do that.
So we've got what was it? We have 6 games left. ESPN has us favored in all of them except for the 2 against Jimmy Madison.
Wow, 2
And
wins
it's not even
does us
close.
well, huh?
Yeah. So I want to win on Thursday so bad. And the funny thing is, women are playing up there too. Back-to-back games where we're playing the same team. This time it's
look at that efficient scheduling from the Sun Belt.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. We did that. They did that several seasons ago, where the men and women played at the same time or same opponent, same day, and just back to back. I think it makes sense. Travel. I mean, if we're all about trying to like change this whole conference to be, friendly for travel expenses, then why would you not send your men and women at the same time, right?
Absolutely. But don't they flip flop them? Like you were saying, like Miami, they were up there while we were down here.
Yeah, well, they
So
just
that
did
doesn't
that
help
for
anybody.
that was just for that MAC challenge, which I think Sunbelt absolutely obliterated. Yeah, only 2 teams. This was it on Saturday. Only 2 teams from the Sunbelt lost, and that was Old Dominion, who's last place in conference, and they lost by 1, and the Trash Down South lost.
Haha.
So
never a bad thing.
That's great.
Yeah.
Never a bad thing. Always rooting for a loss by them. So I'd be good. It's a tough battle on Thursday, but it'd be great to see a good win. And it's always, I mean, it's turning into a point where now I just root for any Jimmy Madison loss as well. This PBR is going down hard, Ryan.
That's what she said.
Ooh.
She didn't. Not. She's not even here.
16 ounces hard.
All right. Then Coastal on Saturday out there. We're supposed to win that game. ESPN says we're supposed to win it, so win that.
I don't trust ESPN. We could dominate it, or we could lose by a lot, or it could be a close game. I mean, this is why you listen to State of Atlanta. This kind of hard hitting analysis.
You cannot trust this.
Anything could happen. The one thing we do know that's going to happen is basketball will be played on a basketball court.
Will that court be teal, or will it not be teal?
I don't know. Do they have teal court?
I don't think so. They should though, right?
I don't know.
They should. I mean, lean into it. If you're going to do it, just lean into it. Baseball should be teal. Volleyball should be teal. Get a beach volleyball team and like dye your sand teal.
No, they would be my kid's favorite team. By the way, they would displace Georgia State if that was true.
What kid likes the color teal? What kid?
My kid.
What kid grows up and says, "Oh, teal. I like that."
It's new. It was purple, so she's moved on.
Oh God, purple's a horrible color. She's been listening to the podcast. She knows that purple's ugly.
She hates the podcast. It might be that you talk so much smack about purple that she likes it.
Well, she doesn't like it anymore though. She hears it.
Now
she's at home. She's laying in bed right now. She can hear my voice booming throughout the home.
Oh my God, she's so loud up there. Y'all can't hear her?
No, thankfully. So we have a chance to avenge our loss to Coastal, is what you're saying.
Yes, we should win that one. And then whoever the hell we got, Texas State and Marshall.
Middle of the pack and upper middle of the pack.
Hey, I drove past Texas State over the weekend.
Did you? And
did you send them my love?
Thoughts?
We were gonna stop through and like drive around campus and check it out, but we were late to the airport, so we just zoomed by and I waved.
It's okay. We'll go there this fall, right?
That's potentially one of them, right? UConn.
I got places to crash now, so
But there you go.
Sorry, guys.
Can you show up there absolutely obliterated drunk?
Yeah, some of the places.
Other places, not so much.
Other places, no.
Well, you could.
So
you just might be turned away.
I could, but it wouldn't be a good look for me.
Even better than what my first look was with my my now in-laws. So
yeah, that's true.
Anyhow, so if the season ended today, which is not, we'd be the 8th seed in the conference tournament, which gives us a first round bye. But 8th seed team plays 9th seed team, and that would be Trash Down South. We'd have a first round game against, or at least, I guess. First round for us, second round game against Trash Down South. And then you go to number 1. And you play number 1 after that.
Easy. So, it'll be what, Troy or App? One of the two, right?
Right now it's Appy.
Right.
I think Appy has the tiebreaker. So Yeah, it'd be rough. It'd be rough.
It's got to be weird for James Madison to be 22-3, and all their losses have come from the conference they're in.
Oh, I know, right?
It's gotta feel weird. They're like
this, especially being a crappy basketball conference,
right?
They should really dominate because they're better than everybody.
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, the top 3 teams we're top heavy this year. I mean, it gets really mushy all the way through. Like you could claim that Louisiana all the way down to like what Texas State is all mushed together.
Yeah, all double-digit wins. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, mushed together and lost still not that good.
Oh, we lost to Coastal. How?
Well, we lost to Trash Down South. That's what I was going to say. But you look at the overall records, and you're looking at like there's 20 wins, there's 17 wins, 22. They have 5. So, Trash Down South has won 5 games this entire season, and
one of them is us.
With the loss to with Miami or with whoever the hell they played, Buffalo. They played Buffalo. With their loss to Buffalo on Saturday, they have gone completely over in their out of conference schedule.
I mean, they're like what 8th or 9th place, and they have 5 wins in total for this season. You would think that 5-win team would be at the very bottom of the conference, but all 5 have come in conference.
David, you should write a letter and make the case to drop them out of the conference. I don't want it, but I know you do. But now's the time. Strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah, they're out.
I mean, write the letter. Come on, man. What are you talking about? They're out.
Who am I writing a letter to?
Keith Gill, man. Tell him that you guys are besties. Be like, remember when we met?
Yeah, it's like, not
remember
a big
that
fan
time? Remember that time we met? I might have been wasted.
I vaguely remember it.
Because it's amazing that I remember it.
Remember when I was talking shit about you to you?
Yeah, that was the conversation, wasn't it?
That's always the way to win people over. I found.
I don't think I was talking about him. I think I was talking about the conference, right?
Yeah.
It was about the conference and how it's run.
Yeah, but he doesn't run the conference. He's just he's a figurehead. Come on.
I don't think that's true. I hope it's not true.
Actually, he probably is the one person that works for the conference.
I was going to say he's probably got a bunch of interns around him.
Yeah.
He probably hates living in New Orleans too.
Some people love that shit, man.
Man, I was watching this Mardi Gras crap on the news today, and people are talking about how New Orleans is such a great city. I'm like, yeah, that's why you don't live there. That's why you flew in from wherever the hell you came from. Yeah, somebody from Philadelphia probably does think New Orleans is great because Philadelphia is a shithole too. Just a colder shithole.
You love Philly, don't you?
Oh, hard pass.
I thought you went and did your 5K there and you loved it.
What?
My half marathon, and the only thing good about Philadelphia is the fact that Rocky takes place there.
Yeah.
Everything else there's absolutely no redeeming value at all.
I've only been as a child, so. And I went. I went to the Hooters on a boat on the Delaware River, right? Delaware River, I think, is the river there.
Sounds right. That's a state that doesn't exist, though, right?
I feel like I've been there twice. Once for like a Thanksgiving.
Is Delaware a real state?
It is a real state. It exists, but barely.
Is that the one that looks like a gun, or that's Maryland, right?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I've not heard that, but yeah, Maryland.
Yeah, Maryland's
the one you're thinking of. Delaware is tiny.
I mean, why didn't they consolidate that kind of crap?
I don't know, man. States' rights or something. I don't know.
States don't have rights. No, like Delaware.
You've been
Maryland.
Listening to me. I love it. I love it.
Delaware, Maryland, and Rhode Island should just be like the tri-state area from Phineas and Ferb.
I mean, everywhere up there is just a suburb of something, right? Everything's really close. Yeah, right. Everything's just a suburb of New York City. So
it's like New York City is Metropolis, and Philadelphia is Gotham City.
I think Chicago is Gotham.
No, that's like Central City, isn't it?
I don't think so.
Capital City. The capital city.
There's
is
the big
northwest.
The big. There's water on Gotham.
Right.
Yeah,
Gotham is Chicago.
Yeah, Philadelphia's got water.
No, like a big water.
That's not water.
Isn't there like an ocean next to Philadelphia?
No. Pennsylvania is landlocked, I believe.
That's not true. You're making shit up now.
I'm not. I mean, I am, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. I'm pretty sure I'm making up accurate information.
Pretty sure you've made up very,
I may be
very
speaking out of my ass,
accurate,
but I think I'm pretty close to being accurate.
highly accurate information from Ryan right now. Good job.
Oh, yeah. I guess there's like a landmass next to it. Oh, New Jersey, whatever.
We are going to go to the Philadelphia beach next year for a football game with David.
I'm not going to Philadelphia ever. Oh, we could go to Yukon though. Connecticut, that can be thrown into the tri-state area. We have the quad-state area now.
We need to get the Yukon guy to go to the game. It'll be his first game.
Did he go? I think he went to a game this season. Didn't he go to a game this season?
I think he said he was going to go to one. Yeah, finally. Do you think
I'll be doing better?
Do you think he paid all its expenses? No.
Well, I was gonna say, I'll vet people better, but I couldn't find any other Yukon podcast to talk to last year. So we got to find somebody from Vanderbilt needs to start a podcast so we can talk to them about their team. I was thinking about this before.
Come on.
I was thinking with the fact that Georgia State has like 3 different fan groups that are doing podcasts is amazing, considering how horrible a program we've been for so long. I feel like Vanderbilt probably doesn't have podcasters because they're not good. And being not good in the SEC makes it even more rough. Like if you don't go 4-0 in conference, then you're just screwed.
But I think being the major team in an area like that, like the reason there are fewer podcasts around those kind of teams is because you have multiple radio shows local to them that are covering all this stuff. And like
no one in Nashville is covering Vanderbilt.
I think probably they are.
I still find it hard to believe there isn't a podcast, a single one.
Memphis has a bigger fan base than Vanderbilt does. Okay. Tennessee runs the state, as no surprise to anybody.
Right.
The city of Memphis, or the area that Memphis covers, is pretty much divided between Tennessee and Memphis.
Okay. What's the radio scene like? Like sports radio, they cover Memphis?
They'll cover both. Actually, Memphis is a city that embraces their college athletics. Like I remember back when they got admitted to the Big East before it turned into the American Conference, I was back visiting, and there were just banners all over the city in the metro area about University of Memphis being in the Big East. And I'm like, and I'm just asking to have a flag in the bars within a mile radius of campus. That's all I want. I don't need billboards, and I want billboards, but light posts and street posts, all that kind of crap. Everywhere you went, billboards, everything. It was all about it. Same thing when I was in Louisville. I think it was even maybe before they were ACC.
Mm-hmm.
Louisville was branded everywhere. It was you couldn't go anywhere without seeing that stupid little black-eyed bird.
Black-eyed bird. Yeah. So why can't we get anything? What's the deal?
That kind of stuff is inexpensive. You spend a lot of money up front just buying all the crap, and you put it up there and just blanket the entire city.
Let's make sure we don't give the bars the 1x3 flag.
Oh yeah,
that they give out at the basketball game, so that one game they play where you have to let's make a deal. Everyone keeps getting the flag, but it's not flag. It's not the flag behind you, David, nor the flag behind you, Ryan. It's even smaller.
Yeah, I think I got one around here somewhere actually, but
yeah,
I don't know. Anyhow, all
maybe right, we can ask athletics for a bunch of them. We can just go give them out ourselves.
I've done that. I said, give me just a case of flags, pennants, some kind of thing, and I will go around to every single bar, restaurant on campus and then around campus to just get something hanging. They'll do it. They don't give a shit about it. I've asked so many places, like, hey, if I brought a flag in here, can I hang it up? Like, absolutely. We want to represent the local teams, but they're not going to go spend $55 on a flag like I have behind me.
Right.
So, all right. Anywho, what else we got?
Spring game.
Spring practice started today.
Oh, really?
Spring game.
Spring game is going to. Spring game is March 7th.
Early again.
They're doing the same thing they did last year. They started spring practice today. They'll do the spring game before spring break. I guess Coach Elliott liked that.
We gotta get Coach his later spring vacation.
He needs to be able to really enjoy that spring break on the lake if they're in Columbia.
Yeah,
I don't fault him for that. It's a good plan.
Now, somebody made a comment that if you do the spring practice early, then any of those injuries that come out of spring practice, you get a few extra weeks to heal up for any kind of surgeries or just whatever. But I'm like, then you're just, we're 6 months out from the season right now, 5 months out from the season, whatever it is. Like, I don't see how starting at 2-3 weeks that early changes it that much. But I guess the big thing, what Ben said last year, was if you, after any amount of break, you've got to get no pads, no like contact for the first couple of days coming back from any kind of break. So Coach Elliott wanted to get everything done before spring break because they wouldn't have to like waste a couple of days of practice with full contact. I get it, but maybe the NCAA rules is just dumb. But
well, I'm sure they are.
I bet those players are having full contact through spring break, anyways.
Heyo.
Bump.
Or more.
So what would be like? Not that this is something that we follow super closely, but what would be your questions coming out of spring practice right now? I'm thinking,
who's the starting quarterback? Just kidding, you won't tell us.
Yeah, quarterback is big.
Starting quarterback. Who the hell the quarterback's throwing to? Because we pretty much lost all of our receivers, right?
You know what though? Like we keep hearing that kind of stuff. We've done well with that every time. There's always a next up, it feels like, for wide receiver at our school. It just feels like that's right.
And running back.
Yep. Yeah,
the
we've not really
seem to recruit well.
Struggled there.
How many quarterbacks do we have? Next one. 4, 5?
It's funny you should say that, Tim. I actually wrote them all down this time.
Oh, good. We literally have no clue other than
we have Braylon? 3 redshirt freshmen. My boy Braylon Ragland,
right.
Bryson Harrison, and Seth Griffin, and then you've got freshman DJ Murray Jr.
4,
and then graduate transfer from Tech Zach Gibson.
5. Wow, God, that's a choice.
Yeah, there's no way we go into the fall with 5 quarterbacks on the roster, right?
Maybe we convert them to another position. I don't know.
Here's my bold prediction.
Okay.
Zach Gibson will not be the starting quarterback.
Our grad transfer?
Bold.
Really?
Correct. He will not be it. That's my prediction.
I hope you're right.
Can he at least hold extra points and field goals?
That's not starting quarterback, so sure, why not? He can.
Okay.
I'm not saying he won't be on the team. I'm just saying he will not be our starting quarterback when we play Tech. His prior school.
Why else would you come here if you're not wanting to play quarterback?
Oh no, he thinks he's going to be.
Oh, okay.
But I'm thinking one of these redshirt freshmen beat him out, and it may be Braylon Ragland, it may be somebody else, but I think that going into the season, we're gonna see somebody else.
I hope you're right. He's not very impressive to me, based on what's on paper and what's happened in the past. So he's and that's sort of like a known quantity, whereas like some of the rest of our quarterbacks are sort of like unknown quantities. And so if we have one of them step up, that means we struck gold, or we've done well. So
yeah, exactly. Because I believe that Zach was brought in to be that starting quarterback for this season, and so that means that if he's not, either he sucks, which I'm not saying that he sucks, or it means one of the other guys on the roster has just proven themselves better than him, and that's what I want to see. I want to see a quarterback battle, and I want to see somebody that's not expected to be there be the one that wins it out.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much wide open this year, right? Like,
it's as wide open as it's ever been, for sure. Because I think that even when, when we had Dan and Nick and Connor come in, like it was
McKelly.
McKelly, man,
where'd he go? That's what I want.
I don't think I have not seen anything that he's landed anywhere, but that doesn't mean he hasn't. I just haven't seen it. So
he's Mr. South Carolina though, so we should be fine.
Well, no, because he just left Georgia State. Who else is going to take a South Carolina quarterback other than Coach Elliott? But my other question is Freddie Brock, the running back from the bowl game.
Amazing,
yeah. Can he continue to that kind of performance?
Hope so.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, because that'd be super exciting to have somebody like him just lighting up Bobby Dodd Stadium that first game. Oh man,
yeah. Let's do it. Yeah, the next up there seems just fine.
Yeah, feeling good about that. All right, we're almost an hour in, so last thing is baseball starts today. If you're listening to this after we record,
who's the first matchup? And are we favored?
Our favorite at New Orleans.
Really?
3-game
kidding,
series
right?
at New Orleans
Brett Uno?
starting. I said I think Friday, not tomorrow. Friday. They start Friday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday series at New Orleans, and then we'll host UGA on Tuesday next week.
Easy, no problem.
Yeah, but actually hosting UGA in Panthersville, not doing the Coolray Field this year.
Wow, they agreed to come there. It's awesome.
They used to before we did the Coolray Field stuff.
Yeah. You know what we need? We need an on-campus baseball stadium. How do we make that happen?
Those checks we were talking about. Let's get one of those written to us for.
Well, wasn't there that rumor about moving it to the top of right by the Olympic Flame or something like that?
Yeah, I think that is the going plan. The last I've talked to anybody about it was if we are to build baseball over there by outside of Center Park, it's going to be on that upper blue lot area. So
what do we do with the green lot?
Well, the thing, we do the Reader World pool party.
That'd be awesome if there's a pool that gets installed in the green lot.
When we were tailgating at those magnolia trees for the basketball games, if you try to put baseball over there, and there's more than enough room to do it, but you're gonna have to do some serious grading because that area up where the torch is,
right,
going down to where the magnolia trees, that's a steep decline. So either you're digging a way down into the ground to get home plate in that intersection corner, or you're having to build up a lot to get if you build up a lot in that back area to get a flat field, that makes that blue wall drop off even bigger.
Yeah.
I mean,
that'd be a hell of a home run.
I mean, like, and I mean, considerably bigger, like 15 feet bigger. I mean, that's going to be huge.
It'd be great for you. Just build it in for sledding in the winter. If we get snow ever.
Get the Winter Olympics here when the next Ice Age comes through. Not the movie. Movies are stupid.
Anyway, sorry, I distracted us about baseball stadiums. But yeah, it's great that Georgia's going to come visit Panthersville.
Yeah. I'm going to say that I'm going to go, but I'm not actually going to go. Yeah, we should totally go. We should go tailgate and get messed up and get kicked out again.
We should go to a game when it's full on pollen season.
Oh, I can't go.
And watch it. No, you can't. Not that one, but maybe another game. You should go. We should go when the pollen's kicking so we can watch it fall off the trees and then wonder, are we drinking it in the beer we're having?
We're inhaling it.
Yeah. We're inhaling it and swallowing it with the
doing lines of pollen off of the cans of our beer. All right, that's it. I think we're headed to last call. What do you guys say?
Let's do it.
Excellent.
Sounds good.
Thanks, everybody, for listening. We're going to head over, drink some more, talk some more on Last Call. You can find it on our Patreon page, patreon.com/State of Atlanta. It is free to download the Last Call, but you get it delayed just a little bit. If you do subscribe, you get it immediately, as well as discounts on our merchandise and access to our private group chat, which is the most fun part about being a Patreon member, as well as supporting the program. It pays for all the services we use to put this out there. So thanks, everybody, for listening. Please check out Patreon, patreon.com/State of Atlanta. With that, say goodbye, guys.
Goodbye, guys.
Peace.